Hello and welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hen and this is Crafting from the Broom Closet. And today we are on the last, final letter of the hashtag ABC April 2025. I'm very late filming today. It's been one of them days where I've been so tired. So, I'm very late filming. So it's going to be a very quick one, hopefully. And today we are doing the letter Z, the last letter of the alphabet, or Z for those Americans. But yes, so this is what we're doing. So Z. I was going to do Zentangles, and then I realised I wasn't any good at them. So if you don't know what a Zentangle is, Google it. They're quite interesting. They're like not my camera. They're like doodles with purpose. And yes, so that's what I was going to do. That's not what I'm doing now. So what I'm doing now is Zed Fold. I went to the cheat sheet and the prompts and found Zed Fold. So this is a Zed Fold. So basically, when it's folded, it forms a Z. And this is also a Zed Fold. There you go. See, you got the letter, sort of the letter Z. So I'm just playing about, having a bit of fun. I've got some papers. I've got some, so we've got some map, we've got some book pages, and I purposely picked out book pages where there's blank space on, so that we could possibly have writing spots. I've got wrapping paper. I don't know if I'm going to use that yet. I've also got this card. Hang on, let me just move that. That's the journal so far. Look at it. Look at it. It's getting very bulky, look. It's getting very bulky. Oh, I'm a bit close to the camera. Yeah, there you go. I found this packaging from my new bedding set that I got. And it's quite a nice thickness of card. So I'm going to use that. And because it's plain on one side, if I decorate the other side, we can make some nice things out of it. That's the plan anyway. So let's start with the card, shall we? I'm just going to trim off this edge. Buried. I keep knocking the camera today. Buried the knife and ruler. So I'm going to do that. We don't want to make these too big because they've got to fit in the journal. I'm going to do it. I'm literally going to cut it the width of this pad, I think, for now. I'm just lining that up. So how do we create the Z fold? Well, ideally you want to, this might be thicker than I thought it was. You're bringing this around. I'm just not going to squish it down yet, because you want it to roughly, see that's a little bit too far over, so you need this one to be slightly in a bit. And then bring that one over. So you want them to sort of line up, like so. And do you know what? I said I was going to decorate it, but I actually quite like that there. I don't know. I might keep that there and just decorate the rest of it, because I quite like that. Just happens. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Obviously I need to cover that up. But I might leave the front as it is. Right, I'm going to use plastic ruler would have been better for this, but I somehow sat on mine and snapped it. So I'm going to use that to score them creases. It's not perfectly lined up, but that doesn't matter. We don't seek perfection in this place. So what should I cover it with? I've got the wrapping paper, but I'm also thinking, because of that green in there, the wrapping paper doesn't go, and I do quite like the idea of keeping that, because I just think that's pretty. Yes, it's the pattern on my bed set. Isn't it pretty? Very pretty. So let's think what I can cover it with. I could cover it with a big book page, couldn't I? I could cover that and that. Cover this whole section with book page. Why not? Why not? So I'm going to get a book page that isn't a leave me a lot of white space because I don't want to waste that. So we get one that's fully scripted. Fully scripted. I don't think that's a word. So we'll cover that like that. Like so. And then trim it round. And then I've got all that space in there as writing space. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's start with trimming this down. Let's get rid of that. Do I need to get... Yes, I'm going to get rid of that rough edge where I tore it out of the book. Let's move it up so it's lined up with something. Let's get rid of you. Okay, I'm going to line it up here. If you hear voices or noises, it's because my son is home. And as much as I say, oh, please be quiet, he doesn't listen. So, there we go. Let's get the... Yeah, back to it. I had to pause. I'm right next to the bathroom. You didn't want to hear them noises. I am going to mark this here. Have I lined that up? I think that's pretty much lined up. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there's lined up. So I'm going to look, using a pencil, she says. Using a pencil, I'm going to mark it here. And then we'll trim along them lines. If I can see them. Yes, I can see them. That one's on. Could also make these into pockets. I'm not going to do it with this one, but I might make some pockets on one of the others. There we go. So I'm just going to glue that on. I'm going to glue that on like that. And then we'll fold it. I might actually... Do you know what? I'm going to cut it in half. That way, I'm going to cut it. That way, it will not affect the creases. So we'll have it in two halves. So I want to cut it. Yeah, I'm going to cut it here or thereabouts. Let's mark that. Might need to trim a little bit off. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim a little bit off. Then put the mark here, and then I can trim off from that side. There we go. Right, line that up. So we want to line that mark up with that looks straight. That looks straight to me. Line that mark up like so. I'm going to cut. And that should be the right size for here. Yeah. So it's slightly under that crease. And this one I think is a little bit long. Yes, it is. So I'm going to just trim off a sliver at this edge. Okay, just a sliver. Probably about that much. I don't know what that is in millimetres or fractions of an inch, but it's a sliver. And I've just dropped my knife. I'll pick it up in a moment. Okay. I'm doing that so that when we crease it, it's not putting pressure on the book page. Okay, cool. You get my gist. You get my gist. Right. Let's get some glue on there. And I've done it again and not put anything underneath to stop the glue going all over my mat. But hey ho. So let's line that up as best we can. Oh. Or not. There you go. So slightly away from the edge. Possibly a little bit too far away. Hang on, move that bit closer. There we go. And then we'll put this one on as well. Like so. Does this still make sense? No. Because I think I put them on opposite pages, but that's fine. It doesn't have to make sense. So there you go. That is literally our first Zed Fold. Oh, do you know what? I forgot. It's that way. That's our first Zed Fold made. There you go. And that can just be, let me crease that the right way now, because I've obviously creased it the wrong way before. And then we can put that in one of the pockets in our book. And it's an extra little writing space. And I quite like that. Did I need to cover the back? Only for when you pull it out. You wouldn't have seen it otherwise. But yes, there is our first Z fold. There you go. Let's try another one. So I'm going to do one of these ones. And I'll show you how this is done. And lock my camera while finding the knife that had fallen on the floor. So hopefully it's not too off skewiff. It is a little bit skewiff, but you know, it'll do. Okay, so I'm going to use this page. I'm going to use this page. Right, first of all, I want to get rid of the crinkly. So I'm doing it at this angle just because my mat's not long enough otherwise. And I'm going to cut along the blue line, so I've already got a straight line to compare to. So I don't have to worry about the grid. So let's cut that. The ruler isn't quite long enough, but that's fine. Oh, would help if I had the pen the right way up. No, pen, knife even. The knife the right way up. There you go. So we get rid of them. Get rid of the perforations. So how did I do this one? Well, I did it that way. I did it that way. And I can actually get 2 out of this. Which is what I'm going to do. So, if I come down 1.5 squares to here, and up 1.5 squares, because they're half squares at the bottom, if you can see. Let me just turn it around this way. So if I'm going to here, so it's 1.5 squares, and then I'm going 1.5 squares here, and I mark it, and then I do a diagonal between the 2 points. It will give me 2 exactly the same size ones. Slightly different to what I've done there, but actually easier. And you could do this with any paper. You could do it with A4. You could do it with, you know, dyed paper. You could do it with craft paper. You can do it with any paper. So I'm going to go from that point there to this point down here. And is my ruler long enough? Just about. Haha. So I'm going to that little there and that one there. And what it should do is give us 2 of the same size. I did that so backwards. Let me turn this around the way I can actually do it. Try again, because that knife did not cut through because I wasn't holding it right. Didn't even penetrate. Did not penetrate. There we go. There we go. Try again. There we go. So that's cut through. And this gives us like a pretty pattern. So, oh, I quite like that. That's got that blue line there as well. It is upside down. It doesn't matter. I didn't realise that when I was cutting it, that it was going to be upside down. But it really doesn't matter. Okay, see, I've folded that one too far over. So I need to fold it a bit further over. And there we go. So, I actually want to, see, I did this wrong again. Oh, I'm not going to see that blue line. Oh, I am if I fold it the other way. I am if I fold it the other way. Let's fold it the other way. I want that blue line. I like that blue line. So we're going down that way. And then back on itself that way. Like so. And there you go. And what you can do is you can glue this down here. And you can glue this down here. And across the bottom, I really haven't folded that right. Look, I'm not folded right at all. Sorry, that sounds like I'm taking the mickey out of the Irish accent. I'm not. I'm actually a big chunk Irish. And a lot of my family talk like that. But no, that wasn't on purpose. That was not on purpose. Okay, let's get these lines a bit better. I think I need to come back with this one a little bit more. Right, if I get back there, and then I should be able to. That's better. There we go. That's more even. Like I said, you've got pocket here and pocket here. You could leave it like that and have it opening, but I'm going to do the pockets. And yes, it's upside down, but it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do, a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, and then a bit of glue there and a bit of glue there to make the two pockets. Let's give, so I'm going along this edge and the bottom. These are going to be very tight pockets, but it's fine, because I'm going to show you something that I should have that will fit in a tight pocket. Now we need to do the same here. So this time we're going along this edge and across the bottom. And then keeping it as close to the edge as possible, overlapping the edge, overlapping slightly onto the board. And there we go. Once that's dry, you have two lovely pockets. And if I can find it, is it in my book? Have I already put it in there? No. So I made, like it's a bookmark. It's out of a clothing tag. And all I did was wrap a bit of paper around it. But that should fit in the pockets perfectly. So something like that, a bookmark will fit in perfectly too. But that's the sort of thing you can use these pockets for. If you glue it into your thing, where you're just gluing down there and down there, you end up with another pocket. It might be a bit tall. Or you could glue it on, so you're attaching that top bit, bottom bit, and have a pocket there. Or you could just glue it on as it is. But let's just push them scores down. But yes, see, these little pockets are perfect for something slim like this. That's that one. And you can decorate it. You can put like flowers and stuff on it. I'm just showing you roughly how to make them at the moment. Pop that one over. This is one I made as well. And this is what I'm thinking of doing with this one. I'm going to draw something on it. I've got my pens. I'm going to draw something on it. Let's have a look. So, obviously the theme is hearts and love and flowers and stuff. So, let's have a bit of fun. I'm not very good at drawing. Hence why I didn't do Zentangles. But, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to draw a big flower. I think I'm going to draw a big flower. Maybe. Just a stem. Like so. These are fine liners. Draw some leaves. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. It's your own book. It can be whatever it wants. Whatever you want it to be. And I said I'm not very good at drawing, and I'm not lying. I'm not very good at drawing. I mean, if I spent time drawing, I could probably do better. But I'm just showing you an example of what you could do. And I do want it to go over all of the parts of the paper. So let's do it as 2 flowers coming off one stem, shall we? Because that happens. That's a real thing. Pretty sure it is. Up a little bit more. There we go. Draw me veins in my leaves. I never pretended to be an artist. Right, let's now do the flower part. Pink or red? I'm going to go red. I'm going to go red. I'm going to have it like this. This sort of flower. So, final one in the middle like that. And we can colour that in like so. Maybe fine liners isn't the best thing to use for this. You know, I'm not showing you how to draw because, you know, that would be stupid. I'm just showing what you can do. If you're more artistic than me, you can make this look a lot better. Especially if you've got better equipment. I just happen to have a pack of fine liners. I thought, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Now I want this one. I don't know. Let's have this one going like so. Put the other ones in there like that. There you go. So when you fold that up, what you're going to see is that little bit there. I'm going to draw some hearts on it as well. Why not? Why not draw some hearts on it? I'm going to just draw some random hearts all over the place. She says random. They're just going to be hearts all over the place. I'm using the pink for that. Most of the reason I'm doing... Oh, I can put some red ones in as well. I'll put some red and pink ones in. Yeah, I'm okay at drawing hearts. Hearts is not my problem. Flowers, on the other hand, not so okay. Let's put some red ones in as well. Just not all the same. Is it one down there? Another little pink one down there. Oh, a little red one here. And a little red one up here. There we go. Just random. Just doodling. Just doodling. Doesn't have to be anything special. And then we've got the Zed Fold, like I said. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in the book. I'm going to stick, I'll show you. It's just easy. Just easy to show you. To find a page, any page. Not any page. Not one that's already got things on. Should I put it there? Yeah, I'll put it there. What I'm going to do is just stick at the bottom of the top so it becomes a belly band, but it's also something that opens out, like so. So a little bit glue at the bottom of the top. Bottom of the top. I'll place that on roughly centre, like so. It might take a little while to dry, and you know, where this is getting bulky, it's harder to things. But then what you got that picture that opens in and out like that, but you've also got this space under here where you can tuck things like so. There you go. Put that book back over there. It's getting very full. Now I also said I had some book pages that I purposely found ones that I've got space on that I can write on. So this one actually is probably the best one, and this one again you could draw on if you wanted to, or decorate. Let's see if I can fold it right this time. Nope, see, that's far too far over. Don't push down until you know it's in line, then you don't have to worry about that too. That's good enough. So, as she says, it's gone skew-if. It's gone skew-if. There we go. I think that's about right. There we go. So now that, apart from this bit here, the rest of it is writing space. So, remember, fold that back on itself. And what I might actually do with this one, if I fold it the other way, then if I glue it into the thing like that, you have all this writing space. You have that, and that. And I can actually do it this way. So it opens up or opens down. Actually, opens down, I think, is a good way. So let's have a look how I would put that into a book. Into the book. Maybe on a... Oh, what about on the actual book page? So I stuck that on there like that. Fold it up like that. You still got the book page. And bring it down. You've got white spot. No, not sure about that. I think I'm going to put this on there. So yeah, I've placed things in where I think I'm going to put them. Oh, I tell you what. I could put it on a brown paper bag. I could do it that way. And it comes out like that. Don't know about that. If I do it that way, you've got the writing that you would see. If I do it that way, you've got the writing there that you'd see. And you'd open it up. Maybe that way. You'd open it up like that. I could draw on there. But yeah, I mean, it's just a simple fold thing. As I said, you could have it so it opens up like this. You can have more stuff under here, or you can have it folding like that. But yes, the Zed Folds can be used in all sorts of ways in your book. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this now. Like I said, I wanted to keep it short. I have been so tired all day, and I'm very late doing this, and I want to get this video out. So that is all how I'm going to leave it today. So we have a simple Zed Fold that we can just stick in like this and leave you drawing space. It's a good way of using the blanker pages of your book. You have, that's not the one that I made today, that was the sample. Then you have this one, which is your free, or 2 pockets, and third pocket if you glue it in there. But I said 2 pockets. And again, you can decorate it. And the one that I stuck in, where is it? I stuck it in, and now I don't know where I stuck it. Wasn't it on one of the brown pages? Yes. Where I just did a doodle. And the page opens up like that, but it's also a tuck spot for something to go behind. There you go. Belly band. There you go. So these are Zed Folds. That's it. That's the end of the hashtag ABC April 2025. Awesome. We're done. I am going to start a new project tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming every day with putting out videos every day with the channel. Basically because it was exhausting. I took a few days off, as you know. Yeah, I can't be doing that 2 or 3 times a week. I haven't decided my schedule yet. But tomorrow is May Day. It's the 1st of May. And I'm going to be doing something for the 1st of May because I'm going to be doing Magical May. See you tomorrow.